Hey journeys, where y'all been? It's Unique and I'm back with another video. So today I wanted to come on and share with y'all my experiences in the workforce and some of the worst jobs that I have ever had. Let's preface by saying my mom never wanted me to get a job as a teenager. She wanted me to focus on school. She was telling me like,
oh Unique, you have to keep up with your grades. A job is gonna be a distraction. Anything you want, just ask me for it and I'll do whatever I can to get it for you.
Honestly, y'all, once you reach a certain age, you really want to stop asking your parents for money. And I was getting to the point where I was like, I don't want to ask my mom for money. I don't want to ask my sister for money. I want to make my own money for myself. At that time, I didn't really have an entrepreneur mindset that I could put into action and put into place as to where I didn't work for anybody. Honestly, the narrative that I had coming up was, if you wanted to make money, you go get a job. As I've grown up, my views about that has changed tremendously, but we'll save that for another day. Let's get into it. My very first job I started back in 2011. I actually worked at a hotel. Now I know what y'all thinking, Unique, hospitality, that's all you sis. You for the people. You people oriented. You got that nice smile. You got that nice voice. You're approachable. But wait, there's a plot twist. Since I was not in the hotel, I was under it. And I know what y'all probably thinking, like, sis, what do you mean you was under the hotel? Girl, I worked in the basement. My very first job, I was an intern in human resources. I didn't even get the chance to see the light of day of the hotel. I would literally go around the back as if it was for colored people, go down this sketchy basement, and that's where I worked. There was no windows. I had this small office filled with so many file cabinets, and basically what I was doing was filing and sorting old applications from let's be real, 10-15 years ago, because what, she hadn't done it, so she made me do it. Busy work. I believe at that job I was probably making about $7.25 an hour. Yeah, I used to have to dress up. It was cold down there. My boss, she was okay, but she was a boss and I didn't like people telling me what to do. As this continues, you're gonna realize that I really don't like people telling me what to do. When I start going through this list, y'all don't call me bougie or whatever, because I'm not bougie. Yes, I did work at a hotel and it is one of the finest hotels that we have in Richmond. Let me just say, it's very luxury, girl. It was nice. I don't know how much it costs now, probably like $400 a night, I don't know, but it was nice. And as this goes on, y'all gonna see that I really got put on some really good jobs. So my resume coming out of high school was lit. So I worked there for the summer, and I used to get these jobs through this program that they have for inner city youth, and they used to like put us with different companies in our city, and it was through the mayor's office. Well, I got really plugged in with the people at the program, and y'all know I'm irresistible and I'm like a magnet for abundance and opportunities, and it just so happens that I was selected to work at the mayor's office. Yes, my second job was working at the mayor's office for the city of Richmond, and not to toot my own horn, but I had to be about 16 at the time, so that was honestly a big deal for me to work in local government. At that time, my career aspirations was to work for the federal government, and specifically I wanted to work in Washington DC. So the fact that I was a 16-year-old, not even graduated from high school yet, and I was already working in the local government, that was a really big deal. I'm gonna be honest, we had to dress up at the hotel, but we really had to dress up in the mayor's office. Appearances was everything. One thing that I can say about working at the mayor's office, it definitely taught me how to present yourself, professionalism, how to speak, all of those things. I did get a chance to meet the mayor, and I was really close with his senior exec, and she did help me a lot as I was transitioning through to go into college from high school. The fact that it was the mayor's office is just enough said. I did do some really tedious things there. Like I sorted through old mail, constituent letters. I also answered the phones from time to time. I used to greet the people that used to come in for meetings and the constituent research on a computer. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did at the mayor's office, and that was my second job. I wouldn't say that it was one of the worst jobs on my list at all. I can definitely say I came from there and I had a very positive experience. I mean, the pay was pretty low, but I was a teenager, so anything helps. And I did also work there during the summer. So I'm gonna probably skip over a few, but I've had over 20 jobs, so we're not gonna go through that entire list of me telling y'all all my jobs in detail. But after that, I worked at the Department of Social Services. That was like right across the street from where I worked the previous summer at the mayor's office. So I worked for social services, and there I also was in human resources again, and I was under the team that was for employee training and development. So I used to set up a lot of the rooms for new employees that was coming to social services. I did a lot of assisting through the onboarding process, and I also created a access database for that specific team so that they can be able to better sort their data. And that was basically my big project, and I did this presentation and went well. I really enjoyed my co-workers there. Everybody was so cool. I appreciate them so much because they got together and they made me this huge care package to send me off to college. Mind y'all, I started working at 15, so by this time I was about to go to college. Prior to me leaving for college, I had a few like fly-by-night jobs, and they weren't like your, how can I put it? In high school, I've also had some other jobs. It wasn't as prestigious as me working in a luxury hotel or the local government. However, I went and snuck and got another job despite the fact that my mom wanted me to focus on my school. So these are a couple of jobs that I snuck and got. One, I worked at the grocery store. This was the most ghetto job that I have ever had in my entire life. The ghetto, okay? Okay, maybe not the most ghetto, but it is definitely on my top list for ghetto. God willing, I would never work at a grocery store again in my life because I'm just not gonna be able, okay? If I wanted to work at a grocery store, I should have probably went into a different area than the area that I grew up in, because let's be honest, y'all, it's the ghetto. So it was this local community supermarket, and I went in with the sweet face and the sweet voice. I got hired, girl. You know, I just got that appeal. You know, I got the people appeal. Let me tell y'all why I didn't like this job. I didn't like this job because of the simple fact that, let's be honest, it was cold in there. It was literally freezing in there. Mind you, I worked here late summer. The building was freezing. I also didn't like the fact that I had to stand on my feet the entire shift, okay? I'm not the type of person that likes to do the same thing over and over again, so there was no variety. The customers, oh my god, wretches, they used to smell bad. They used to come in there yelling. You just didn't know which you was gonna get in contact with. I also got money garnished from my check because of the simple fact that one of the customers gave me $100 bill, and it ended up taking dollars out of my paycheck. Mind you, at that time I was only making $7.25 an hour, so that was probably like all the work that I did within a couple of weeks. And like, one of my checks was so little that I cried because of the simple fact that one of the bills that somebody gave me was a counterfeit, and I took it anyway. Honestly, to me, it just looked like a really old bill. It didn't look counterfeit to me, but I wasn't aware of that, and they basically got food for free, and it ended up coming out of my paycheck. And once that happened to me, y'all, I was like, oh hell no, I couldn't do it no more. That was the day that I put in my notice, and I was like, I'm not coming back, because that was just too much. Like, I didn't like being responsible, one, for that amount of money. I didn't like being responsible for my till coming up short. I didn't like being responsible for counterfeit money. I didn't like being responsible for scammers and schemers. Like, that was just not my MO. And now I'm like 100-something pounds, but back then I was more like 80, 90, and I didn't have that much meat on my bones, and I froze there, okay? I had gloves, scarves, earmuffs, all of that stuff at the very end of the summer. Like, it was crazy. I used to come from a heat stroke into a igloo, okay? Heat stroke to igloo, heat stroke to igloo. My body wasn't able. After that, it was a local hairstylist who also went to our church, and she was looking for a shampoo assistant to come and help at her salon. I ended up going because of the simple fact that her son was so cute, and I knew that he was going to be showing up there every now and then. Now, he didn't show as much as I liked, but when he did come, it just made my day, okay? So I basically started working at the hair salon for a boy. Now, anybody who knows me, I don't have a hair hand, y'all. I literally have this hat on because all I wanted to do was put the wig on and film, okay? So that I can have a different look. But to be honest, this is the second video that I filmed. I just finessed a different look to make it seem like it was a different day. I can't do hair, so the fact that I was working at a hair salon, it's so funny to look back on and think about, like, sis, why was you working in a hair salon? You can't do hair. It should have been a crime. Like, we should have took that lady up for like child labor lawsuit or something like that, because to this day I don't know how hair salons work. Maybe it's the same, maybe based on what you wash is how you get paid, but I'm gonna tell you, I was getting paid pennies, okay? Pennies. I was getting paid less than I was at the grocery store, and y'all know I said I was making like $7.25 at the grocery store, so I was getting paid less than that. Despite the fact that I was getting paid pennies, there was this one lady who I rinsed her hair out. Now the owner wasn't there. One of the other girls got me to rinse the lady hair out until the owner got back. Well, the lady had a relaxer in her hair, and what ended up happening was I didn't thoroughly rinse all of the relaxer out. So y'all know where this story is going. A horror mess, okay? So time went on, a couple of days went past. This lady came back to the salon and she was furious, honey. She was furious. Girl, she turned around. I swear I thought I was in Jeepers Creepers, Freddy Krueger, your worst horror movie ever. In the back of her neck, she had like this rash, and she had broke out all at the nape of her neck and all down her neck, and it literally looked like a Nestle Crunch bar back there, but for Caucasians. Like white chocolate. And I was like, y'all, when I say the owner of that salon handed me my on a platter, she handed me my on a platter. And she was a Christian lady, but them be the worst ones. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I swear, the nicest people that's been the nicest to me is your quote-unquote heathens. The people that has done me so dirty and terribly has been your Christians, okay? She was a Christian lady and she handed me my on a platter. After that happened, I was in really big trouble. At this point, I can't do but sweep the floor and wash the laundry, okay? I couldn't even shampoo, girl. So I was working for her for maybe about 3 weeks or so. I wasn't doing cheerleading no more. One, because this was around the time that we got suspended, and I was like, well, we suspended, so I'm gonna go and like work in the afternoon since I didn't have anything else to do. I was working there after school, and I'm gonna be honest, my grades weren't affected, but I did pick like a really tough time to like get that job. I was in my junior year, if I'm not mistaken, and that's just when things started getting a little bit hectic for me. So after 3 weeks, let me tell y'all what my first paycheck was. So for 3 weeks at that job, working 4 days on a weekday and 1 weekend day, I made $72. Y'all, our good Christian sis, okay? My potential future mother-in-law, okay? Our black sister, okay? She said for the amount of work that I did in 3 weeks, that was worth $72. So let's do the math. So with it, $72 divided by 15, that means for every day that I was there, I made $4.80. Is that how the hair salon work? Y'all let me know. I haven't been to the hair salon in ages, okay? If that's how the hair salon work and I'm just making it bigger than what it is, then let me know, y'all, okay? But I was going there every day after school, so I would get there at like 3 o'clock and I wouldn't leave until closing, which could go up until like 9 o'clock at night. So if my math serves me correctly, for 3 weeks I made $72. That means I only made $4.80 a day, and I was there from at least 3 to 8 or 3 to 9 on a school night. On a Saturday, I was probably there from about 8 or 9 in the morning until closing again, so 8 or 9 in the night. That hit me. After that first check, I put in my notice. Like, y'all gonna see a repeating pattern here, okay? I'm the type of person, I'm not gonna let people hand me on a stick, period. I'm not letting people give me anything. I know exactly what it is that I deserve, and I don't like when people try to get over on me, and I don't like when people try to play me. I also will not allow myself to be stuck in a situation too long that I do not like, okay? In the mix of all of that, I don't like people telling me what to do. Hence why I have had over 20 jobs since I started working in 2011. It may be a millennial thing. Y'all can let me know in the comment section down below, but those are just a few of the jobs that I had coming up through high school. There's probably 1 or 2 that I missed. However, we can definitely come do this again. I can tell y'all about the ghetto that I have experienced working for other people, and why I am so passionate about entrepreneurship, working as a creative and actually making money from it, monetizing yourself, monetizing your brand, building who it is that you are in a way that makes you money, using your skills, talents, and abilities in a way that makes you money in non-conventional and non-traditional ways. So yeah guys, those were just a few of my experiences. I have had so many other jobs and so many other stories to tell, but I just wanted to come and maybe start a new series. I don't know, we'll see how this goes or whatever. I'm trying to find ways to be a little more up close and personal with y'all and share my world and my experiences with you guys a little bit more. This platform has been amazing for me. I'm so grateful for my YouTube channel, and I honestly just want to create a space where we can come chat like girls, kiki, and y'all can listen to me rant and rave about my journey thus far. So if this is a video that you like, definitely let me know if y'all want to see a part 2. I've had so many other jobs since all of these. I'm not too shy of working somewhere and quitting, okay? I don't mind quitting, period. So don't look down on a person that quit jobs that don't serve them no more. That's all it is. It just didn't serve me, and I'm not hesitant to go and quit. I will quit on you. Let us know in the comment section about a job that you worked at that was a horror story or the ghetto for you, and I will definitely come down there and talk about it with you, honey, because I understand, okay? If anybody understands, it is me. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Check me out on social media at Uneak Tershai. Check out my website, synergyofessence.com. It's an online store for the soul, and we are also on social media at Synergy of Essence. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye, journeys.